Good morning, everyone. We are incredibly excited to be here in Lakeland, Florida today for this very special announcement. And so without further ado, we are thrilled to formally announce this morning that the Orlando Magic are purchasing the Erie Bayhawks of the D-League and moving them to Lakeland, Florida. We have a lot of people to thank this morning for this great announcement and for what will be a great entertainment opportunity for the people of Polk County and Lakeland beginning in the 2017-18 season in the D-League. And we'd really like to thank the community of Lakeland and Polk County and Winter Haven for really opening their arms to the Orlando Magic organization and to our D-League team during this process. From the very first day that we started talking to this community, they made it known, everyone made it known, that they wanted this team here. And it's been a great process. It's been a process in which everyone in this community has come together to make it happen, to have this team play here at the Lakeland Center. And I can personally tell you that this is the beginning of what's going to be a tremendous partnership. When we started the process of trying to identify a location for the Orlando Magic D-League team, our goals were to have our team closer to home. And the perfect fit for us is the city of Lakeland, and the Lakeland Center in particular. And back in 1988, when Pat was going through that process to try and secure an NBA franchise for Central Florida and collecting ticket deposits, he wore a T-shirt. It was this bright orange T-shirt, if you can remember back to that time, and it said on the front, "All the way to the NBA." Well, Pat tells me that he's got a new T-shirt that he's invested in. So Pat, why don't you come on up here and show us what you got in store for us here in Lakeland.
Well, Alex, that press conference in June of '86, when we announced we were in the hunt for a team, I was wearing a suit that day. I have since learned that you put your suits away when you live in 90-degree weather every day, and you wear Hawaiian shirts. Have you ever seen anybody in an Hawaiian shirt having a bad day? So it's a lot easier to get this Hawaiian shirt off. We should have some background music here. Where's that band that was outside playing? Anyway, here it comes, folks. There it is. But there's more. There is more. Because... What do you think?
And when my father purchased the Orlando Magic, he said to the community that the real owners are the community and the fans. And we certainly feel that same way, because that's what teams are all about. They are community assets, and they are part of the community fabric. And the team here in Lakeland is certainly going to be that. And so we look forward to the great partnership that is happening here and is going to happen in a continuing way in Lakeland to be a real part of the community. In Orlando, we pride ourselves in being, having strong family values and a commitment to community and always tremendous teamwork. And those are the same values that you're going to see reflected in our team here in Lakeland.
We're excited to welcome Lakeland and Winter Haven and Polk County to our family of D-League markets. It's a very exciting time. It was a terrific process that really culminates with this announcement, and we're really looking forward to what lies ahead for this organization and this new partnership. We also welcome the Orlando Magic to the ranks of NBA Development League ownership. And we also recognize and thank Steve Demetrio for his experience and contributions as he joins with the Lakeland team as a minority partner. The NBA Development League, we are experiencing a period of unprecedented growth. It is a very exciting time for this league. Rookie development is taking place within the D-League at a record rate. NBA players are being assigned to the Development League at unprecedented levels. We now have 17 NBA teams who now own and operate their own D-League team affiliate. and we've now added 8 teams within the past 5 seasons. So we are very excited about the momentum behind the league. There are great things in our pipeline to come. Certainly this announcement is a testament and a proof point of that. We're so excited to be here, so excited to introduce NBA Development League brand of basketball to Central Florida. Thank you for being here, and we look forward to opening night for the 2017-18 season right here at the Lakeland Center. Thank you.
Lakeland's past is full of history, from Frank Lloyd Wright architecture to training the greatest generation to fly into combat during World War II. But more recently, we're known as the amateur champions of the state, the city where the best high school basketball teams in this state come to compete every year. We've also been the spring training home of the Detroit Tigers for more than 80 years, and hopefully 80 more. We will put that same effort into growing this new relationship with the Orlando Magic. And we plan for it to be the model for the sports industry. Lakeland residents are proud of their history, and we're always supportive of our businesses and our teams. With that in mind, I want to be the first person to put down my $25 deposit towards the season tickets. And full court press, we got to do it the right way.
Did a little research on you to see what y'all did in your community. I have been to one of your basketball games and I had already bought tickets for this Friday night without knowing that you were going to be here because we like basketball. But in reading of all your philanthropy and everything that you've done to build economic impact into your community has just been awesome. And we look forward to be able to join with you and partner with you to bring our county to the next level. And I really feel 100% that our county, this is probably going to be the hugest shot in the arm that we have ever gotten. And we are just so excited to have you here.
As you know, we have a property at Chain of Lakes complex, about 65 acres where it used to be spring training. Because of our partnership with the TDC, we're now going to be building a 60,000, 70,000 square foot building where the Magic are now going to be practicing. So that's what Winter Haven's role is going to be. It's because of these partnerships that we have all around the county that we've been able to accomplish all these great things. So, you know, Winter Haven for years and years was defined by Cypress Gardens. And the founder of Cypress Gardens was Dick Pope. And Dick Pope used to always say, one of his big comments was, think big about everything. Always dream big and think big. Well, today that motto kind of defines what's going on here today. We've thought big. Now we have the Magic coming here, and this is a very, very good thing. So
the distance has been a huge challenge for us. You know, last week we sent Steven Zimmerman to Erie, and he had a great run of 3 games. You know, he had one game where I think he scored 24 points and grabbed 22 rebounds. It was a great development opportunity for him. But the distance, as I said, is a challenge. To be able to have a player like Steven and others, whether it's a player that needs a little bit more development or a player that's going through injury rehab, to hop in their car, come here to Lakeland, play a game this evening, hop back in their car, go sleep in their own bed in Orlando, and be at Orlando Magic practice in the morning, that's where we can really maximize the development of our players. In addition to, you know, for players that we draft that we don't necessarily have a roster spot for today, they can play the better part of the season, you know, here in Lakeland and prepare for their future NBA roster spot and playing. So the proximity is going to be tremendous for us. It's going to be a lot more helpful to our basketball operations department in developing our young players. And it's also going to give the folks here in Lakeland the opportunity to see NBA players, you know, play for their development league team.
When we tipped off for this season, the distance between the D-League team and the affiliated NBA parent team, it was at an all-time low of 180 miles. So we've clearly seen a growing value to proximity within our league. So I would echo what Alex said, and just more generally, and perhaps tied to the economic development point, with the growing value and proximity and the growing NBA team ownership within the D-League, and now that we're all one-to-one affiliated, that's also been very helpful from a partner standpoint. We welcome ESPN, and ESPN will be helping to cover our games in Facebook Live, and we have a growing set of corporate partners. Nike will come on board as a very significant marketing partner in 17-18 to help promote the league and the markets in which we operate, and so we're really excited about that.
They understood what a professional sports team needs in terms of a developmental opportunity. They understood that, there are certain business parameters that the team, needs to be able to have access to be successful. They understood, particularly in the case of Winter Haven, the importance of having a high-quality practice facility, for the team to be able to train in every single day, and they brought that to the table. So I would say that the experience with the Tigers manifested itself in what all the individuals brought to the table in their understanding of what it takes to attract a professional sports team to the area. And it made our discussions with them incredibly easy. The Orlando Magic in the Orlando area has one of the strongest youth basketball academies and programs in the entire NBA. We have 65,000 kids right now playing in different Orlando Magic youth leagues throughout the greater Orlando area and attending Orlando Magic basketball camps. Our intention is to convey that same program here to Lakeland. And, we will start junior NBA leagues as we have in Orlando here in Lakeland. We will conduct youth basketball camps and clinics in a similar fashion, and our intention is to really grow the game of basketball starting with our youth.
As Mayor Dantzler talked a little bit about what's happening in Winter Haven and the construction of a brand new facility, the City of Lakeland, Polk County, sports marketing, worked very closely together to put together a similar package here for this facility. And you'll be seeing somewhere in the neighborhood of a $14 million investment in this facility over the next few years that is not only going to enhance the meetings area, but primarily the arena, which is really in line with what we want to do with the Orlando Magic. So that'll be happening over the next few years, and it was because of that partnership we've been able to go ahead and do that.
But it came down to the complete package, for lack of a better term. The ability to have dedicated space to practice in Winter Haven in a brand new facility, that they're building for the community there that we're going to have access to. The ability to play, in this facility that, as you've heard, is going to get a $14 million facelift. And improvements that are really going to focus primarily on the fan and fan amenities. And for those of you that have been at the Amway Center, I hope you recognize the fact that we really focus as an organization on the fan experience and making sure that our fans have the very best facility and best opportunity to enjoy their experience, not at just at Magic games, but at every event that takes place at the Amway Center. And I think that $14 million of investment, here in this building is going to allow the Lakeland Center and the Magic's D-League team to ultimately deliver that kind of fan experience to our fans here. So it really was, the entire package, and ultimately, how it all came together. And quite frankly, the way that everybody worked together in this community to make it happen was at a level that, struck us in a way that we wanted to be their partners in this. We knew that it was going to be a great partnership because of the way that they work together now. So all of those things combined, I wouldn't point to any one single thing. It was the right building, it was the right community, it was the right partnership, it was the right practice facility, and ultimately, at the end of the day, it was the right home for the Magic's D-League team.